Friday. I'm flying solo today, as you can see. I am going to be watching for comments. Hopefully I'll be able to see comments today. I want to be able to answer your questions as we go through this live. It's a really exciting topic that I love. Sorry, I am going to pay attention to in just a second. I just want to make sure that I can see comments. It's really important. Do say hello if you're watching me live. I'd love to be able to say hello back. I'm really excited about today's session. Kate and Emma there. Hello, gorgeous ladies. Oh, good to know that I've got some people watching me today. And if you're watching on replay, I would love to invite you to say hello as well. And, you know, hashtag after party vibes, hashtag hello, hashtag limitless. Just let me know that you're jumping in to watch. I know that out of lockdown, it feels like everybody is like really, really busy. And I don't know about you, but we end up watching little pieces and in isolation and all together. And my favorite place to catch up on live trainings and my own programs and personal development is definitely when I'm out dog walking. So if you're watching this out and about, do say hello if it's safe to do so. Obviously not if you're driving. So do you know what, today I'm really excited about today, and I'm feeling really quite chilled about it. I've been really psyched up and really excited to talk about human design because it's something that has been so incredibly profound and powerful in my life and in the way that I do and run our business, both Em and I, but also in the way that I understand my children and well, I don't understand James at all. I don't think I understand James, but we can't work out what his human design is, but that's a different story. What I have loved is how we have started to use human design for our private clients and how we're using that to tailor specific strategies, bespoke strategies for our clients, but also reminding them who they are and how they can work with their own unique energies. So we're going to get into all the juicy stuff. I'm just seeing that there's loads of people here. Hi, Victoria. Hello. Another one of our gorgeous ladies in ABBA Live, just like Kate. And we had an amazing soul session this week, Victoria. I'm going to touch on that a little bit in a minute. But right. And Nicola. Hello, good morning, Nicola. I'm going to channel myself and focus in. Look, I've got notes. I've been very, very good to keep me on track today. So we dive in. Shall we dive in? Right, what is human design? So I've shared a little bit about how we use it, but really, when was I first introduced to human design? When were Em and I both introduced to human design? It was when we asked Jack and Rob of WellFem to be our coaches. And one of the things that they offered to us as part of our private coaching package with them was human design readings for each one of us. And it was something we'd never really tapped into. I think we'd heard it circling around some of the groups that we've been in, but we didn't really understand it. We hadn't felt the urge to understand it. But in having our own unique human design readings, in-depth readings, was a real turning point, I would say, in our business for us. And what the most interesting thing we found was that Em and my charts complete each other. When you overlay them, everywhere that I had an undefined chakra or center was defined in M, and everything that was undefined in M's was defined in mine. So we complete each other. So if there was any other reason to believe that we worked magic together in terms of our unique skills coming together, Em with her vision and direction and strategy, and me with my mind mastery and my energetics, this was just another thing that underlined the fact that we give the complete picture to all of our clients and in the work that we do. And it was just amazing. So Emma's a projector, she can see, and she is a line 5-2. We did think she was a 5-1, but her mum has just told her a different time. So she's actually a projector line 5-2, which actually is far more in alignment with who she is. And especially with some of the way that her arrows and channels point. So that's really interesting. And I'm a generator, line 3-6. Em is an emotional authority and I am a sacral authority. And if all of this makes absolutely no sense to you today, at this precise moment, we're going to dive into all of this and I'm going to explain all of it as we go through. Em's just saying, you complete me. Yes, that's right. Oh, good morning, Jules. Hello. Oh, and you've put your chart in, so that's brilliant. So if you've got your charts, have them in front of you if you're new to this, and we're going to go through it and you can start to kind of understand and integrate little pieces into your life and business. So as I said, we first heard of human design in the summer. It was probably August of 2021, so just over a year ago. And through this last year, we have been working together on our own and understanding our own designs. But on the back of that, we've also been using human design for every single one of our private clients. We got them human design readings so that we could understand how their energy works, what their real true gifts are, and how they can bring that into their life and how they can bring that into their business. And it was earlier this year when I got the real urge and desire, following my sacral and following my generator energy, to really dive much, much deeper into human design. And I've been taking programs, courses, and now qualifications in human design because I love it so much. And it's something that we've also been offering our private clients. So I've been doing the human design integrations for all of the ladies, interpretations for all of our ladies in Aligned Business Architecture Live, the live experience, and also for our new private clients as well. And it has added a level and a depth of our understanding of them and how they want to do business. So it's been brilliant for Em because she can then really define their strategy and their direction and their plans in alignment with who they truly are in terms of their human design. And then for me, I can also work in terms of their frequency, their energy, how they can really, really light themselves up by being in true alignment with that actual energy. So, oh, hello, Joanna. Hi, Joe. How are you? Don't worry if you have to jump off, you can come back on replay. I know that you've had an insight into your own human design, so this is just an added bonus for you. So that is how we use it for ourselves, how we use it for our private clients. But it's also been really interesting in terms of my family. So while we don't know when James was born, I definitely know when my two sons were born. So Tom is a generator. My eldest son, he's 14, nearly 15. He is a generator, he's a line 2-4, and he's an emotional authority. And the piece that really interested me around this was when he comes from home from boarding school, he just wants to retreat into his bedroom and hide. And that used to really worry me. And I was like, oh no, but I just want him to come down and be with us. But in my understanding of his profile lines, a 2-4, a 4 means he loves being around people, but a 2 means that he loves to hermit away. So I was able to give him the space that he needs and not make it mean anything about me or the fact that he didn't love me or our family. So that has been magical for me to understand that. Willie, my younger son, who's 13, he is a manifesting generator. And as you'll come to find out through today's session, is that manifesting generators are like the bees. They like to go and do lots and lots of different things. So one minute Willie wants to be the world's next Wimbledon player. Then he wants to play England rugby, and then he wants to bake cakes because he's been watching the Bake Off or that other, I can't remember what, the baking cake program. He gets really into things for short periods of time, and it'd be like, oh my goodness gracious, Willie. But that's exactly what a manifesting generator is, and it doesn't need to make any sense to me as long as it makes sense to him. And when we look back, it'll be like, oh, of course that's why he had to do all of those things. So just really in context, human design is amazing for business. It's amazing for your life. And as you all know, Em and I believe very, very strongly as female entrepreneurs, we do life and business together. There's no work and there's no life. There just is both. And we believe in so firmly in loving your life and loving your business and loving how you do all of it together. And human design is one of the things that can help you absolutely do that. Oh, Michelle, hello, how are you? How gorgeous. One of our well-balanced business ladies from our founding ladies. How lovely to see you. I knew you said you were jumping on today, so I'm so pleased you're here. So, shall we dive in? Let us dive in. I'm just going to give you some real high-level introduction to how it all came about. It was created by the whole human design kind of concept principle was created by a man called Alan Krakauer, but he published his first book in the name of Ru Hu in 1992. And I think that's fascinating because it really is quite a new concept, isn't it? I know we're in 2022, but I was like, what was I, a teenager in 1992? So it feels like it's really new. It's not like it was made in the 18th century. It's relatively new, what, 30 years? So it's still really quite a new concept. It's still quite unknown and still untapped, but it can be absolutely magical when you apply it into your life. I strongly believe that human design and working with your human design is one of the most powerful things you can do, and it can help you live in your most purest of energies. It's basically your energetic DNA. It's like understanding that helix of desire, but that's weaved all the way through your body. And you can use it to understand how you operate and how you interact with the energies around you, the environments and the people. And that can have an absolutely profound effect on you. What I love about it is the fact that it's spirituality that has been proven by science. Can you even believe it? They've proven this concept. So even though it came through as like these massive downloads to Ru in 1992, or maybe a little bit earlier, what is fascinating is that they've absolutely proven it with science. So it's all an interpretation of understanding your true essence and who you really are, and what it feels like when you first have your first human design reading, just like I had. And when I now share them with our clients, it feels like it's a true awakening. It's just like, oh, well, of course that's me. And I remember telling one of our private clients over the summer that she was a reflector and what that meant. And she was just like, she couldn't stop sobbing. And she's like, oh my goodness, this is me. And I've now been given my own permission to be me. Yeah, yes, I am. It's your soul DNA and it's absolutely in your coding. And it can be so empowering and truly transformative if you really harness the concepts of human design and integrate them into your life. And it's really how you celebrate your own unique individuality, because Em and I say all the time, every single person is unique, and every single way that you're going to show up and do you and do life and do business is unique to you. And human design is unique. It's like a fingerprint. Very, very rarely that you're going to get the same one. There's so many different layers of it that it's highly unlikely you're going to get two charts exactly the same. So it's based on the time that you were born, the location that you were born, and obviously the date that you were born. It's a little bit like your birth chart, except it's not with planets. It's your energetic blueprint. It really is your energetic blueprint. It's your energetic DNA, and it's your chakras. So if you've printed out your chart and you've got it in front of you, hang on, you can see my very, very scribbled one here. Isn't that awful? Look how many scribbles. So if you've got it in front of you, these centers are your chakras. And then you're going to have lines, which are all channels. And then you've got all these gates. Can you see the numbers? Those are gates. They all mean different things. I'm going to come into that in a minute. But it basically, the whole of human design brings so many of the different kind of concepts and the energies together. So I'm just going to read them out. It brings together a mix of the Kabbalah, the I Ching, the Myers-Briggs, astrology, biochemistry, genetics, and the chakra system. All of them feature in your human design, and it's how you interpret all of those together that makes you the unique version of you, how you interact with the world and the energies around you. Now, there are so many layers to human design, and there is no chance I'm going to be able to do that in just one limitless brunch. But I wanted to give you a real flavor in the high level, and especially the first level. So the first level is going to understand your energy type, is to understand your strategy and your authority and your signature and your theme. So if you can understand all of that, we're onto a winner, and we're getting a really, really good start. You've got to understand and start integrating and knowing your first level before you even start going into the profile lines, the chakras, the arrows, the channels, and the gates. You want to start first. And if you can start and learn and integrate the top level, then you move into the next level, and then you go deeper and deeper and deeper. And there's so many layers beneath the surface of this top layer. Oh, Larati's just jumped on. Good morning, gorgeous. How are you? Thank you so much for your gorgeous testimonial. I know I've said and thanked you in person, and I've thanked you on the page, but just because you're here, thank you so much again. Love you. So your energy. So if you look at your chart, you're going to have your energy type. So I'm a generator, Em's a projector. So if you can find that on your chart, and if you've got it in front of you and you know what you are, put it in the comments so I know who I'm speaking to. So the first one is your energy type. This is your natural state of being. It's your energetic being. It's not necessarily a type, it's your energetic being. Okay. And how you are going to interact authentically in the world. And what we found so fascinating about these types is how we can define different strategies and how we can work with your energy for all of our different clients this week. So for example, when we were talking to Victoria this week, we start all of our source sessions off with a really high level brief reading of your human design, so that Em then knows what she's going to bring to the table. So is she going to bring plans to the table, or how are we going to talk about your strategy in terms of, if you're a projector, you probably want short bursts. If you're a generator, you're going to be able to go longer. It's all going to come clear in a minute, but it's just so fascinating. Oh, here we go. We've got some generators in the house. Jules is a generator, manifesting generator. Michelle, you won't be a manifesting projector. You'll either be a manifesting generator or a projector. But don't worry, go back and find out, and you can come back and listen. So your energy type is your natural state of being. It's how you find your life force energy and how you interact and keep going. Your authority and your strategy. This is how you make decisions. So again, you're going to see that in your chart in the written pieces, and I'll come into the different types. These are typically going to be linked to your energy type, especially your strategy. Your strategy is always going to be the same for every single energy type, but you might have a slightly different authority, okay? Then you're going to see profile lines. So once again, in the written piece, you're going to see profile lines. So you could be a 4-1. I'm a 3-6, Em's a 5-2, Tom is a 2-4, Willie is a 5-1. I know that Larati, our private client who we've just been finishing working with, she's a 4-6, so she's quite unusual. She's 2 outward facing lines, so that was really interesting. This week when we had our soul session with Victoria, she's a line 4-1, so we knew that we were going to build a strategy around connection, line 4, but also she was going to love a plan, so Em got a plan out and we went through the whole line 1 plan. Can you see how amazing this can be, not only in terms of coaching, but also how you can define the way that you want to live and how the way you want to do work. Kate's a manifesting generator. Of course you are, Kate. So profile lines. The profile lines are how others see you and how you see yourself. These are also the gifts, the absolute natural gifts that you have to share with the world. So for example, Emma's a 5-2. She is here in her line 5 to be an absolute natural born leader. She goes out and gathers loads of information and determines in her way. But she's also a line 2. So she's going to gather all of that information and she's going to hermit away and marinate on it and write it. And then she's going to come back out in her projector energy and say what she sees. I'm a generator 3-6, line 3. All about the experiences. I'm always transitioning. I'm always going up and down. I'm always learning, the whole kind of like ebb and flow of life. I'm meant to experience lots of different things, make lots of mistakes, but never see them as failures. Take the lessons, take the wisdom, keep going. And they call me a double martyr because not only do I have a line 3, I've got a line 6, which is a role model. The role model is someone who will use all of that experience and all of that wisdom to become the leader from experience. People will be watching and they'll be looking how I'm navigating the way through my life. So that's how you can interpret your lines. Yes, hence creating business architecture. Yes, Larati 4-6. Jules, you're a line 2-4, so you're like my son. Line 2, you're going to want to, and you might see this is how you see yourself. So line 2, and I know you and I love you, and I bet you can see this in yourself. This is you going in as your line 2 as the hermit and just taking yourself off, and you love being on your own and working on your own ideas and having that real quiet time. But you've also got a line 4, which is almost a bit of a push and pull because you love being around connection and opportunities and being outwards with lots of people, connecting lots of people. So it's no surprise that you've just run a retreat where you've pulled lots and lots of people together to share your genius with you. So yes, line 2-4 can totally see that. Kate, line 5-2, so the same as them. You go out there, you gather loads and loads and loads and loads of information, and then you want to retreat and go in. And we were talking about that yesterday in Voxer about how you were feeling that you really needed to have some alone time. It's like, I bet you do. So you need to take yourself off and have a little bit of alone time and marinate on all of those ideas and all of your books that you've got everywhere so that you can come back out and be that line 5 and say what you see and share your genius. Nicola, line 2-4, just like Jules. So 2, hermit, go in, marinate on your ideas. Line 4, come out and share it with your community and connect. Listen, we're going so far in profile lines, but that's the deeper level. We want to go back up to the top level. I've got to keep myself on track. Look, I haven't got Em here to keep me on track, have I? Right, where are we going? So profile lines, how others see you, how you see yourself. These are your unique gifts and how you interact with the world. Then you're also going to see on your chart, if you've got in front of you, you've got these 9 centers. Some are open, some are closed. You can see some of mine are open. So all of these ones that are open, Em has defined, and all of the ones I have defined, she has open, except we both have our crown open. So we are channels of inspiration, which is probably why we have so much information, but so much inspiration between the two of us to share with all of you. So we were meant to be together to complete each other, but we're the open channel to give you the complete picture. Haha, right. So those are your defined centers or undefined centers, and these are your chakras. These are your energy centers. This is where your power lies, in the defined ones. So this, when clients come to us and I see that their charts together, it's like, we are going to work. This is your power. This is where you are going to really call on in and trust and use these power centers. This is what you're here and you're meant to do. And your undefined ones, it's about having a really, really clear recognition that they are undefined, and you're going to be absorbing the energy of others. And it's how you can filter out that energy and trust and know what's your energy and what is others. But that's just so interesting. We're not going to have time to go into all of those today, but hold that thought. So those are your defined and undefined. Your channels. The channels are the lines that you'll see connecting all of your defined chakras and your undefined chakras. And this is where the life force energy flows in and through all of your beautiful chakras, and how it passes through and how the energy is then interpreted, manipulated, changed into different types of specific traits and personality types that you will end up seeing in yourself. The gates are the tiny little numbers that you are going to see inside the chakras at the end of one of your gates. And they'll either be open or they'll be closed gates. And these are going to create, again, an even deeper level of understanding of who you are and your personality and your traits. So those are all the pieces of your human design that you're going to see. But today, what I really want to go through for you is your energy type, your authority, and your strategy. Because if you can master these three, then you're doing, if that's all you ever do in terms of your human design, that is going to be amazing, because it's going to really, really help you on so many levels. And then if you desire to go further, and if you desire to go deeper, you only ever want to go deeper into your profile lines, your chakras, your gates, and your channels, all of the arrows and things like that, once you've mastered your energy type, your authority, and your strategy. So if you are intrigued to know more, and if I whet your appetite enough today, then right at the end, I'm going to share a few ways in which you can continue the interpretation and integration of your human design into your life and into your business. But I'm going to talk to you about the end, because I really want to get going and talk to you about each of the individual energy types. And I'm just going to have a drink, because look, I'm chattering. Now, before we even start, one thing that is really, really important for you all to know is that your human design is not meant to limit you in any way. It's a set of principles, it's a set of ideas, and you can use as much or as little as you desire to. In a lot of cases, most people, when they first start to hear about their human design, it's a massive permission slip for them to feel into and be who they knew they were already, but had been perhaps hiding themselves from themselves. So this is all about your energy and how you can maximize it. What's really interesting is that every single energy type often has a bit of a blind spot or has areas of work that they need to work on as well. So it can also help bring awareness to maybe where you're limiting yourself, where things don't feel good or don't feel right. So for example, if you're working in your business and something really, really doesn't feel good to you, it could be because you're doing it out of alignment with your human design. Just wanted to say that. Yeah, Em says, it felt like it allowed me to be free to be all that I can be. Interesting. And what I mean in that, my last comment is, if it feels out of alignment to you, it might be out of alignment with your human design. It can also help, we can also use it to help reframe certain things. So one of the wonderful ladies inside our ABBA Live experience at the moment, I run the Voxer Energetics, and she was talking to me about how she was feeling really misaligned with social media at the moment. But she is also a line 4. She is a line 4, which is all about connection and groups and communities. And she was also sharing in the same breath that she loves to teach, and she loves to, oh, she's line 4-1, that's right. So she loves to teach. She loves to create plans for people. She wants to go into corporate and do whole wellness corporate plans, but she really, really, really doesn't like social media. So how did we reframe this? And I said, well, if you love to teach and you love to coach and you love to share and you love to plan, how can we apply that for you in terms of your social media? Because social media is going to allow you and enable you to do what it is that you really, really want to do. So how can we see social media as just as the free platform for you to share and to teach? Line 4. Social media is just one of the biggest stages that you could possibly be on. So let's embrace that with your line 4 and see it as a platform, and use your line 1 in order to plan it out. Plan what it is that you want to share and you want to talk about on your social media. So we can use everything in your human design and apply it into how you live and run your business, or help you use it to reframe. Lorati says, when I heard my human design for the first time, it made me understand why I did things the way I did. I have had so many passions through the years for a reason. Yeah, and you're a Mani Gen. So it's absolutely right. And we'll talk about that in just a second. Right. If you've got questions, I am watching the chat. I do have to stop at 12:30 today because I have to get out for another appointment. But if there are other questions, I will also come back. So let's start with the energy types. So manifestors. I don't think we've got any manifestors in the group. So I am going to talk about manifestors because they're very, very unique. They're a very small number of the population. I think it's only about 9%. But the manifestors are, you are the innovators. I'm going to talk as if it's you. Okay. So if you're a manifestor, you are an initiator. You are an innovator. You are the creatives, and you are the kickstarters. You are like the magic spark that's going to start things. You basically are the original creators. You have all of the new ideas, and it might feel that you're racing ahead of everybody else, but actually it's just because you see something ahead of other people. Don't try and slow yourself down. Trust in your gut feeling, in the channels of information that comes to you. Trust that it was for you to initiate change, for you to initiate a new way of doing things. And one day people will look back and think, wow. So I imagine the first people who, created the car, and it wouldn't be surprising if whoever designed the computers, they were manifestors. They saw it. This is about you living your truth unapologetically, trusting in that creative flair that you have and going it, and allowing your magic to be brought forth for you. Yeah, I bet Steve Jobs was a manifestor. I bet he was. So this is about really owning your authenticity. This is where your magic is really, really going to happen. It's about you getting out onto all of your stages and sharing your creativity and being that initiator of change. Now, I said I was going to share with you your energy type, and typically every energy type is going to have the same strategy. So your strategy is how you are going to be responding to everything around you. So if you're a manifestor, your strategy is to inform. You are the only energy type that doesn't have to wait for something before you share your gifts. You are the initiators. You are the instigators. So you like to be informed, and then you inform really, really graciously. So you're going to take information and learning and channeled inspiration. Then you're going to decide, and you're going to follow an urge that I'm going to do this. And then you're going to come out and share with grace outwardly and say, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. This is why. I don't need your permission, but this is where I'm going, and I'm sharing it. What you don't want to be doing is coming out and kind of like being FF for everybody else. I'm doing it my way, go away. So that can be one of your blind spots. If you don't bring people with you and you're kind of like a little bit too bullish, you want to inform graciously and bring people along the journey with you. Another thing that can limit manifestors is when they deny themselves that ability to follow the urges because they feel that people are going to think they're weird or that they're a bit far out. You are a bit far out. You're ahead of everybody else, and it's allowing yourself to actually live that truth rather than people please and play small. So that's your blind spot. If you're a manifestor, you're meant to play big, you're meant to play bold, you're meant to go out there and play to win and not play to lose. And it's about sharing your journey, as I say, about informing others about what you're doing and where you're going. Keep leading. You're meant to be the leaders. You're meant to go first, and you'll find that we're going to follow you at some point. So how do you know whether you are in alignment with your true energy type? So you will see on your chart, it will say your signature and your not self theme. So when you are in alignment with your energy type, you're going to have a word that's next to you. Now, if you're a manifestor, your word is going to be, what is your word? Peace. When you are feeling at peace as a manifestor, you know that you are in absolute alignment with who you're meant to be in terms of your energy type. You are following the urges. You're allowing yourself to rest. Rest is going to be really important for manifestors, because this is when you quieten down. This is when you connect to the divine. This is when you connect to that inspirational channel, and you're going to get those ideas. You have to allow yourself to rest and stop to receive those ideas. If you've been conditioned to be like generators and keep going, you're going to be blocking that channel of inspiration. So you've got to allow yourself those moments of rest, so that then you can take the idea and spark it and go out. And if you're doing that, you're going to be feeling at peace. When you're out of alignment, when you're blocking that inspiration, when you're blocking your true self, your not self theme is the feeling of anger. When you're angry, this is when you know that you're absolutely out of alignment, and you're blocking and you're not allowing yourself to be your absolute true self as a manifestor. So I'm in alignment, I'm feeling at peace, I'm doing absolutely what I'm meant to be doing. Anger, sorry, I've got a nut stuck in my tooth. So you make your decisions based on, is this going to lead me towards feeling angry, or is this going to lead me to peace? This is going to lead me to peace. I'm going to do it this way. Just be aware that conditioning can really slow you down. And if you've got a manifestor as a child, let them keep leading themselves. They are the born leaders. They lead themselves and we follow. Let them lead. Don't let them play small. Don't you play small. Don't people please. It's okay for you not to fit in. You're not meant to be fitting in. And also just make sure that you take regular rest and then those periods of downtime, so that you can receive that channeled information. So if you're a manifestor, yeah, manifestor is described as the right kind of weird. Yeah, people are going to think you're weird because you're innovating. You're so far out there, but we need you. Otherwise, the world wouldn't be where we are today, and it wouldn't be where we're going tomorrow. So we need you, manifestors. You are not meant to complete. You're not completers. You are meant to team up with the generators or the mani-gens, who are here to master and who are the finishers. So you spark ideas. You're the leaders of the team, and then you build teams around you who do the job and complete and keep going. Okay? So that's manifestors. Projectors. This is M, and did anyone else say that they were a projector? I know we've got some projectors in our ABBA Live group. I know we've got Emily, and I think Arlene is one. So we've got some projectors in the house. Projectors, you are the visionaries. I like to call M the lighthouse. She says what she sees. You are the seers. You're old souls that can see so much. You see so much in the world. You see so much in others, which is why M in our business is the visionary, because she sees you and she sees where you can go. She sees your potential, just like she saw the potential in me in 2020 and showed me the path of where I was going to go. They're the leaders. They're leading you to where you want to go. So that's why I say it's like a lighthouse. They're constantly shining this path that says, go that way. I see you, go that way. And they're shining their lights. They are, I'm going to speak as if it's you. Projectors, you are here. You are going to be working, and you are going to be in your highest frequency of magnetism, of lit up, when you are your truest self, when you are fully self-expressed, when you're being your most authentic self, saying what you see for yourself, saying what you see for others, saying what you see about the world. You are here to activate everybody else with the words that you speak, the words that you write. This is your self-expression. This is what you're here to do, that lighthouse, to say what you see. Say what you see. And to keep showing up and keep shining your light. Keep shining your light so others can see. One of your blind spots can be that you feel that you have to go searching. Projectors are not here to uproot. A lighthouse stands still and just projects their amazing light. You will attract the right ships. You will attract the right people. Stay where you are and just keep amplifying your lights. And this is really, really important when we start to go into your strategy. The strategy of how you make decisions is to be invited. Now, in a lot of cases, you'll see wait to be invited, but you really don't have to wait. Don't let that wait word limit you. This is about the invitations. You will respond to invitations, but if you are standing up and being that lighthouse that's shining your light, sharing your truth, being fully self-expressed, activating others by what you see, the invitations will be so many. There'll be plentiful. There'll be so many coming into you that you can then respond. People will be asking you, what do you see in me? I say to Em all the time, Em, what am I not seeing? And what do you see in me? And I invite our clients to do the same. Em, what do you see? What can you see for them? Where can we guide them? Where can we lead them? And as soon as Em gets that invitation, she's going to come out and share it. So as a projector, you don't have to wait for the invitations. You've got to keep sharing your lights. The invitations will be plentiful. People will be asking you, and then you respond and tell them what you see. You do not have to wait. That's one of the most important things. You do not have to wait. Oh, I love the story. Em was just saying she had a crazy moment this week before a source session with a lady that we'd never met, gorgeous Georgia, and she knew nothing about her. And even before we jumped on a call, I knew what she was here to do and what her brand movement was going to be. And her words came through so clearly. Honestly, it was the most insane session that we had. It was amazing. The liberated leader is what Em wrote down on a page before we'd even met her. And that's what she came back with. So Em can see projectors. This is your superpower. Don't deny yourself it. Allow it all to come in. So follow your strategy of to be invited, but don't wait. Keep shining your light, keep sharing your truth, and you will be invited to talk. So how do you know whether you're in alignment with your energy type and your energetic being? Is that your signature feeling is this one of success? And Em often says that to me. She's like, winning, winning, winning. I'm winning. Everything feels good. I'm high on life. I'm shining my lights. Everything feels good. Success, success, success. So for you, it's going to be really important to define what success means and feels to you, so that you know when you're in that feeling of success and what that feeling of success is, you are in alignment with your strategy. Sorry, you're in alignment with your energy as that projector. So that's all good. You'll know you're doing it. You do not have to chase. You're here to shine your lights. You're just aligning to everything that you desire. When you're out of alignment with your projector energy, you will be feeling a sense of bitterness, a sense of resentment. Now, as projectors and manifestors, you don't have your own life force energy, which comes from your sacral. So this is about knowing that you are going to be taking energy in from others. So it's going to be really important for you to surround yourself with the positive energy that's going to give you that. You're responding all the time. One of the things I think is really interesting, because one of the ladies who came into a source session with us this week, she had been told that she could only work 4 to 5 hours as a projector. And this is one of the biggest things that Em and I want to dispel, is that there are no limitations. She was using this as a limitation. And she was like, oh, how do I get everything done in that time? You're not meant to limit yourself. Yes, projectors and manifestors can have short bursts of real focused energy, but then they need to lean back and rest. But it doesn't mean to do nothing. It's about leaning back and doing what nourishes you, lights you up. So for Em, it's about creating space in between those bursts of light that come out, that nourish her, that fuel her to bring that light back up. But it doesn't mean to just sit there doing nothing. So it could be that she's creative, or she's working out, or she's going to the gym, or she's out there writing a blog piece. So this doesn't mean to limit you. Nothing about human design is limiting you, but it's about being aware of your energy and how you can fuel yourself when you're a non-specific energy type, like a manifestor or a projector. Right, so also just again with projectors, you also need to make sure that you have that downtime and nourish. You just need to know when enough is enough, like a manifestor, rest, nourish, and then come back out again. Projectors, right, next one. Reflectors, right, you are 1% of the population. I think projectors might be 4, is that right? Or 8, I can't remember, something like that. Reflectors, you are 1%. So if you're a reflector, you are literally the unicorn. And we worked with a reflector earlier this year, and it was such an interesting experience. There's so much I've learned about reflectors and working with reflectors. You are basically chameleons and you are mirrors. Reflectors mean that none of their chakras are defined. You're completely open. All of your energy centers are open, which means that you are going to be absorbing all of the energy in all of your chakras from the people that you are surrounding yourself with. So you've got to have this most incredible filtration system to recognize, is this my true self? Is this my true feeling? Is this how I feel? Is this how I believe? Or am I taking on the energy of somebody else? You take in a lot of energy from other people, and that can be really quite exhausting. So you've got to, once again, you've got to be really, really careful of managing your energy and using that filter. But your magic, because all of us have magic, depending on which energy type we come in as, you are the reflectors, because you say what you see in others. You literally reflect back what you see in somebody else. Their energy will come to you, you absorb it, and you reflect it back to them, either speaking or acting like them so that they can see who they are. You're going to feel it and then reflect it back to them so that they see whether what they're doing, how they're feeling is working for them. You mirror back their feelings, their emotions, the way that they are. You are here to show the rest of us who we truly are. So if you're a reflector, this is an incredible gift, especially if you're a leader, if you're a coach. This is you will literally feel everything about them and be able to relay back to them what's working and what's not working, and guiding and coaching and leading them. That's your gift, to show people what's working and what is not working. Some things to be really aware of. You are a chameleon. So you are going to be changing who you are depending on where you are, who you are around. And this can be either a really great thing, or you can find it really stressful, because you might not really feel like you ever get a true sense of your own self. But if you're really quiet and really allow yourself that downtime, you will know who you truly are, because you are still the human being. You're still going to know your likes and your dislikes. And from the experience that you have with all of the other people around you, you are going to be able to tap into, did I like that? Did I not like that? It's almost like the way that it's been described to me is almost like this life is this one huge buffet, and you get to go in and taste absolutely everything as this reflective chameleon, and you get to decide whether you like it or not. So if you're around a particular type of person, you get to come in and experience them and feel it in your body to see if that's the type of thing that you want to do or not. So boundaries are going to be huge for you, and really trusting in your own feelings about whether this feels right or feels wrong, and allowing yourself to come in and out and choose and define and have really, really clear boundaries. Another really important thing for you is going to make sure that you have time on your own. Sleep is massive for you, because when you're asleep, you're on your own. This is when all of your energy can be filtered out of you so that you can really tap into who you truly are. So self-care, alone time, time for your own emotions to tap into who you truly are is going to be really important, but also recognize that you have an incredibly rare, special and beautiful gift. And if you are the type of person who's tried loads and loads of different things and felt really bad about, I wonder if my husband's a reflector actually, because he's tried lots of different things. Don't make it mean anything bad. That's what you're here to do. You're here to try so many different things and experience. It's expansive. So when I first told our client this, she was just like, oh my goodness, now I really feel like I understand me so much more, why I've had so many experiences, why I've had so many jobs, why I've tried so many things. You're meant to. That is what you're meant to be here to do. You are your most magical when you honor your energy and when you don't succumb to outside pressure. Don't try and keep up. Don't try and do it faster, because you're taking on so much. Deadlines are not good for you either. So your strategy and authority are the same. It's to wait one lunar cycle, to wait that 28 days. And you can probably understand why. If you're absorbing so many of other people's ideas, their thoughts and their feelings, you need to give yourself time to filter out everybody else's thoughts, feelings and energy so that you can really truly tap into what it is that you want to do. So wait that 28 days. But wait for the clarity. Now, you might get the clarity in making that decision on day 5, or you might get it on day 28, but you will know. You will absolutely know when you're ready to go and to make that decision. Your signature feeling. So how do you know when you're in absolute alignment with your human design and your reflector energy type? Is the feeling of surprise, not just like, oh, shock, horror, but oh, this feels like magic. This is exciting. This is like, oh, this is beautiful. This is beyond my wildest dreams. This has been amazing. It's that surprise, magical feeling. You know that you're in alignment with your reflector, with your reflector energy type. You're not self-themed. So your feeling of knowing that you're out of alignment with your energy type as a reflector is disappointment. So you make decisions on, will this decision make it feel like magical and amazing, or is it going to lead me to the path of disappointment? If I'm feeling disappointment, then why am I feeling disappointment? Am I making rash decisions? Am I being impulsive? That's one thing as reflectors you've got to be really, really wary of. If you're being impulsive, it's probably because you're picking up on the energies of people around you rather than making the decision for yourself. Again, sleep, as I said, is going to be really, really important, and boundaries for you. Let me just check. Reflectors must have to be very overprotective of who they plug into and whose advice they influence. Yes, absolutely. Oh my goodness, yes. You know, if you're around negative people who are doubting you and doubting you all the time, you're going to absorb that. So you want to be around people who are going to lift you up, light you up, motivate you, who are not strongly opinionated, probably in against your favor. Be really, really careful of who you're hanging around. The other thing about reflectors is that you can often, one of the dangerous things is that you can often latch on and attach to people and try and become them. If you're like the chameleon, you know, if you've ever watched, oh my goodness, I'm loving Frozen Planet at the moment, the chameleons that are on the log that literally change colors in order to blend in to that log. You can do that. If you attach yourself to somebody too much, you can try and become them, and that can actually lead to disappointment because you're feeling like you're not living up to who they are. So you can be around people, take the pieces, but make it your own. Make them your own. So that's really, really important. Otherwise, you can crash and burn and you can just reject and move on. So yeah, take the pieces, but don't be so much of a chameleon that you attach yourself and become that person. Become your own version of you by taking pieces from everybody else. So that's really important. Thanks for that reminder, Em. Michelle says, I'm a manifesting generator with the sacral authority. Brilliant. I haven't talked about manifesting generators yet, so I'm just about to talk about them. So yes, we're getting on to those. Right, so reflectors, manifestors, and projectors do not have defined sacrals. So you don't have this own life force energy. Oh, Rocky's just stood outside my window with a ball looking at me. Not yet, Rocks. So now we're going to talk about the energy types who do have sacral centers defined. So your sacral is, it's the second one up from the bottom. So you've got a square at the bottom, and it's the second square up from the bottom. Can you see? That is your sacral. If you've got that defined, you're going to be a generator or a manifesting generator. So this is 70% of the population. We are generators. So basically everything that we do is pretty much designed for generators. So if you're a manifestor, if you're a projector, and if you are a reflector, you might find that the norm of conditioning of the way that we live and work doesn't fit for you. And that's because it doesn't fit for you. So a generator, I like to refer to you as the Duracell bunnies. It's like me. When we've got our own Duracell battery inside of us, and as long as we do the things that we love, we have an endless supply of energy. We can keep going. We're the marathon runners. We can keep going as long as we're refueling ourselves. We're not stop-start to stop, to refuel and carry on. We just keep lighting ourselves up as we're doing all of these things. Yet non-energy types, we get to be rebels. Hello, lovely. I hope you're okay, by the way. I saw your post yesterday. Projector 2-4 emotional, brilliant. I've just done projectors, so you might want to go back and watch the replay. 2-4, I've also talked about 2-4, go back, watch the replay, and I'm coming on to decision making in a minute about emotional. So generators, we've got defined sacral, so we've got this continual life force energy as long as we're doing the things that light us up. That's what we're here to do. We are here, I'm talking about we because I'm a generator. We are here to light up the world. Victoria, I know you're a generator as well. We are here to light up the world by doing what we love. We're also here to master. We are here to see things through to the end. So do you remember I talked about manifestors? There are initiators, there are innovators. They want to work with generators because we don't spark things up. We don't typically have the ideas, but what we can is we can run with things and we will keep going. As long as we love what it is that we're running with, we'll keep going, and we can be obsessive. We're allowed to be obsessed, a little bit like I'm obsessed with human design. We are allowed to, because we're allowed to become the masters of it. And when we are turned on in our sacral, and when we're turning ourselves on by doing the things that we love, we are magnetic, we are fire. Everybody wants to come around and be like us. A bit like bonfire night on Saturday, I'm going to be by a big fire. That is generator energy. We may not start the projects, but we bring light to them. So what our job is to not unplug from the sacral yeses. If it's a yes, I want to do that. Yes, yes, yes. I've got amazing follow through. Thanks, Our strategy, so how we make decisions, is to respond. We are responding all the time to absolutely everything around us. Do you want a coffee or a tea? I want a coffee. Do you want to go out for a walk or do you want to go for a run? Do I want that car or this car? Do I want to work with this client or that client? Do I want to do a Zoom? Do I want to do this? So you can be a little bit more fluid, and it's all about what lights me up. So when Em and I work with generators, we are always asking the question, like we did with Victoria, what is going to light you up the most? What are you a yes for? And what are you a no for? Okay, so you are doing that. Yes, yes, yes. Follow the yes. If it's a no, either find a way to make it a yes or it's a no. Okay, don't wait to respond. Just keep responding to the yeses. Open your eyes, see everything. Don't force anything. Wait until it's a yes. How do we know when we're in alignment with our signature and our energy type? Is our signature, and our signature is satisfaction. We are full up. We're satisfied, we're complete, we feel whole, we feel good. It's like, oh, I've had enough. I feel good. That is when we know that we are being in absolute alignment with our energy type. We're filling ourselves up with those yeses. We'll feel depleted when we're following the no's, and that's when our not self theme comes into play and we feel frustrated. We're frustrated that we can't do the things that we love, and that's when we have to get back into alignment with who we truly are. So we will respond to this guttural sacral authority of a yes or a no, and follow the yeses when it means a yes and a no when it's a no. Okay, and if you've got an emotional authority with your sacral defined, if you're an emotional authority like M is, Claire, you just said you're an emotional authority. I don't know if anybody else said that. Emotional projector. Yep. So emotions, it's not about riding the emotional wave after you've made the decision. It's about knowing you have a decision to make and feeling all of the emotions that come with the fact that you have to make a decision about it. Ride that wave of emotion. So, for example, we were working with one of our ladies who is an emotional authority, and I knew that she was going to take a bit of time to come to a decision. Usually 24 to 48 hours you're going to need to ride those emotional waves. You're going to be going up and down, you're going to be excited, you're going to be worried, you're going to be fearful, it's going to be everything. And when you feel like you've come into this calm space, a little bit like a ship that's been going up and down on a load of waves and it's now suddenly all calm, that's when you're going to be able to hear and feel your sacral, yes or no. You may also have a splenic authority. So M is both defined in terms of her solar plexus and her spleen. So she is going to be riding these emotional waves, and then she's either going to wait for the hell yes emotion or the splenic ping hit. We'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, so I have to wait. Usually I know I follow my sacral. I'm like, I'm a hell yes. But then I have to wait for M for 24 hours before she can make the decision. Emotional, yes. Kate, you are an emotional authority. So emotional authorities, you ride the wave before you make the decision, you clear the emotions, you tap into your sacral, your splenic, and make the decision on that point. Now, what you might find is that you get another emotional wave, but the fact is you've cleared the emotions first. This emotion's going to be something different. Right. That's a generator. Let's talk about manigens, shall we? So manigens, you are part of the generator family. So you're part of that 70%. You are mainly 70% generator, and then you've got this little bit of manifestor in you. So you have the spark, but you've also got the mastery. Your energy is absolutely dynamic. You know, when you allow yourself to be your fully embraced manifesting generator, you have the power to excite and to move and get everybody to follow you. Your energy is just literally incredible. So Kate, Michelle, who else said that they're a manager in here? I know that the two of you just said that you are meant to be multi-passionate. I like to explain the manifesting generator as like a bee. So my son, Willie, he is a bee. He is a manifesting generator. And to me, it looks like when you watch the bee, they go from this flower and then this flower and then this flower and then this flower and this flower. And you're like, what on earth are you doing? You make no sense. You're going all over these random directions. But when you zoom up and you zoom out, you see that it's pollination. It makes absolute sense. And it makes sense to the bee and it makes sense to the universe. This is you. You are not meant to hit, you are here, and you can give yourself permission to take what you need from each flower, each program, each course, each experience. And in the grander scheme of things, it's all going to make sense to you, and it will make sense to everybody else one day. Darcy's a manifesting generator. Yeah, you're buzzing, Kate. Now, your blind spots could be that you are like a magpie. You get shiny object syndrome. You could get so distracted by what everybody else is doing that you never actually get enough of what you need from where you are. Okay, so take what you need. Almost you need to put your blinkers on as your bee and go, I'm going in here and I'm taking what I need. And then I'm going in here and I'm taking what I need. Rather than I'm going in here to take what I need, but what is everybody else doing? What is that? And so you're not actually getting the real goodness, the real honey, the real juice from here. So you've got to be really, really clear. I'm going here and I'm here and I'm here. You don't have to finish the whole book, but take what you need until you feel satiated. Remember your satisfaction. So you don't have to read the whole book or the whole program, but take what you need. The path might not seem logical to anybody else, but it will to you. And that's absolutely fine. And you might move fast. That's also fine. You're also, one of the key things that you can tap into is your sacral. Really, you've got this defined sacral, so you're going to trust your sacral energy to follow that. Follow your intuition, follow your gut. I'm a yes, I'm a yes, I'm a yes. Keep following those yeses, keep following the things that light you up. You are a blend of the manifestor and the generator, but you are at the core a generator. So true alignment is going to be really with those generators, although you will feel part of the manifestor, that, you know, that hits of inspiration and the kickstarters. So you do have the same strategy, the same not self theme, and the same signature. So your strategy is always going to be responding to things around you, saying, yes, I'm a yes for that, or no, I'm a no to that. Your signature is the satisfaction. So when you're in the flower, take everything until you are full up. Don't leave too early. And your not self theme is when you're frustrated. You could get frustrated because you're doing too many things, but not actually getting enough from it. So make sure that you are doing that. You might be a little bit less focused than the generators, which is okay. But just as I said, don't allow yourself to have that shiny object magpie syndrome. Take everything you need, fill yourself up before you move on. Just because somebody else is doing something else doesn't mean you have to. Light bulb moment for Michelle. Oh, I'd love to know more. Always follow that authority, follow your signature theme, and have real awareness of your signature, the satisfaction, when you're getting frustrated, when you're satisfied. Really, really follow your emotional, your authority to make decisions, whether you're sacral, whether you're emotional. So we've now gone through all of the different energy types. Oh my goodness, and it's 12:30. Em told me that I was going to be too ambitious to try and get through too much more, but I think what I've covered today is level one, the fundamentals. If you can master your energy type, your authority, your strategy, and your signature and not self theme, and how you make decisions with your authority, you are on a really, really good path to mastering and managing yourself and being in alignment. Em's just asking, how does everyone else here feeling about this, about themselves? Yeah, I'd love to know. Please put comments below. I really want to just really impress that this is about you loving your type. Don't wish you were something different. Don't make it mean that you're not. You are who you are. Love your type, love what you need. The world needs you as you, stepping into your authentic you as whoever you are born to be. You are meant to be. Love everything about yourself and love everything about everybody else who you work with, who you family with, who you play with. Love them and honor them for who they are. So if you've got family members who are different types to you, it can cause conflict, but it's about how you honor them, how you understand them. So like understanding Willie being a manifesting generator wants to do this and then this and then this, but yet Tom wants to master something as a generator. You know, really understand who you're living and working with so that you can work with them. Now, as I said, there's so much more to go into. We can go into profile lines, we can go into your chakras, we can go into gates, we can go into channels. There is so much that you can learn about yourself. And I would love to do more of that with you. And if this is something that you would love to know more about and integrate into your life for you, if you would love to integrate it in how you run your business, if you would love to understand more about your family dynamics, your client dynamics, your partner, your business partner, the people who you collaborate with, then I would love to share with you more. Now, how can we do that? How can I facilitate that for you? This was really just to whet your appetite to see if it's something, and I want you all to tap into your authorities. Ride the emotional wave, feel the sacral hit, feel the splenic hit, trust, wait a lunar cycle if you're a reflector. Just trust that you're going to know the answer. This is something that's really interesting you and you want to know more. So every single one of our private clients who comes in to work with us in Fusion or Pure will get a human design interpretation from me, and I will go into all of that. You get a beautiful document and I will speak to you and speak you through it. We will also sit with Em so that she has a full understanding of who you are, so that she can design your strategic path and your vision and work with you in your way with your energy type and your lines, your profiles, your chakras, so we can really work on your power centers. So if private coaching is something you're really interested in doing, then Fusion is £2,555 per calendar month for a minimum of 4 months. You could do that. Or jump into a source session with Em and I, and let's get human design into your business, both in terms of your strategy and then also in terms of your energy and how you can use that. It was magical this week doing it with Victoria. We kicked off with the source session and recognized she was a generator, she was aligned 4-1, and she had an emotional authority. And then from that point, we defined everything around that, everything, how she was going to make decisions, how we were going to map and plan. So source sessions are single 90-minute sessions you get with both Em and I together to look at your life, to look at your business, and they are £777 for one session. But we have a November special. If you would like to book 2 sessions, we're going to offer you 2 sessions for £1,111, and you can take those 2 sessions over a period of 3 months. So if you want one of those, please let me know, put in the comments below, jump into our DMs, send us an email. We will send you a link. So that's 2 source sessions for £1,111. Otherwise, they are $777 if you just want one. That's fine. Aligned Business Architecture. Everybody gets an interpretation as they come into Aligned Business Architecture Live. The next round will be happening in the spring. We haven't opened the doors, but if you're interested and you're ready and want to get on that waiting list, also send us a DM. That's going to be £3,000 pay in full, or it's £555 per calendar month for 6 months. If that's what you want, we will apply everything that you do through the lens of your human design. So that's another way if you want to know more. But then I also felt really called. I followed my sacral and decided that I wanted to offer another little special container for all of you who've jumped on today, who feel really interested and really inclined to know more about your human design. So I'm going to be opening up a mini mind. So a mini mind is just a group, a collective group of people who want to know more about a certain thing, and it's for a defined period of time. So next week, starting on Monday, the 7th of November until Sunday, the 20th, I'm going to be opening up a group chat in Voxer for anybody who wants me to do a human design interpretation specific to them. So going through your energy type, your authority, your decisions, your strategies, your profile lines, your chakras, how you manifest, whether you're a manifestor specific or non-specific, then I'm going to give you that interpretation for you inside this group. And then you've got 2 weeks to ask me questions and how we integrate it into your life. So if you want that, then it's a no-brainer of £111. I'm going to drop the link in the comments. If you want that, it starts on Monday. I will do your reading and we'll start applying it and integrating it over the course of the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to drop the link in just a second. So that's ready. Coach in your pocket for a whole 2 weeks. Yeah, all about human design. Now, if you're somebody as well, and I thought, well, some people are going to like that, but not everybody wants to be in group coaching, and you might want a little bit longer to integrate it, then I've also opened up a private space in Voxer where I will do a human design reading for you. And if there are other people in your life that you want to understand more, so maybe it's a client, maybe it's a partner, maybe it's a business partner, maybe it's a child or children, then I will also do human design interpretations for them as well. And we'll have the whole month to go through this with you. So if that's something that you're really interested in, then that's £888 for that 1 month and the human design readings and the integration. So if you'd like that, then I'm going to drop the link in there as well, and you can choose. So I think that was everything that I wanted to share with you. So human design is just one of the most radical ways in which you can power up your business, change your business, make it feel good and in alignment with you. Not only that can it be applied to your business, but it can be applied to your life, how you run things, how you schedule things, how you design things, how you run your programs, how you launch your programs, how you deliver your trainings. It's everything. It's magical. It is magical. It really, really is. And I'm so passionate about this and would love to help more people understand more of it and apply it into their lives, because it has been so life-changing for Em and I. So any one of those offers, if you've got questions, jump into our DMs, jump into our emails. I will love you and leave you. I'm now off. I'm actually going for a facial. Can't wait. Anyway, love you all loads. If you've got questions, please do come in and ask them, and I will absolutely answer them. But otherwise, jump into that human design mini mind that starts on Monday for 2 weeks. Jump into a private container with me and let's get deep, dark and dirty in everything about you and apply it and integrate it into your life. Love you all loads. Thank you so much for watching. My pleasure, Michelle, an absolute pleasure. And Victoria, I'm so pleased that it felt so amazing. That soul session was amazing. Right. Love you all. See you later.